Earthbag Chicken Coop Garden, Day 13.
Big day.
Big day here on the homestead. We have some guests coming, which means we need to whip this place into shape.
We got cleanup. We're making some food.
Yep.
And we need to have a place to eat the food.
Yeah. So we have cinder blocks and a plastic table. So we're really hoping they don't mind that.
Yeah, the dinette in the Airstream is not big enough for everybody that's coming. So we've got to figure out somewhere to eat outside. And like you said, we got to clean up. We got lots to do.
So much to do.
Let's
go.
OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW.
Gee, they're kind of far away. Are we sure we want to walk?
Well, I'll drive.
Let's do it.
OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW. Watch me walk away, putting myself on display. 1, 2, 3 a day. I'm on my way, on my way. I'ma have you on tiptoes, watching my diamond afterglow. I know you wanna take me home. I'm on my way, on my way.
Question for people who had earthbag buildings for more than 6 months, or 3 months, I guess really, we've only been in here, is how does the earthbag, the temperature inside, the regulation of the temperature, how does that work like over the different seasons? Like what have you learned for how to keep it like comfortable inside?
Well, the only thing that I've noticed is that if it's going to be in the winter times, I have to have heat running all the time.
Okay.
Otherwise, if I don't, it takes a few days to heat it back up again. So that's the only thing that I found. I had as much issues getting it cooled down. That seems to work really good.
Yeah, we've noticed that.
So I thought it would be opposite.
Yeah,
you'd think.
We've noticed that at least this time of year, it stays cool during the day, but then at night, as that heat transfers in, then we're like,
yeah, that's true.
throwing covers off in the middle of the night.
It's like a 12-hour delay.
Yeah.
It does have
It does take time for the passive to work in both directions. Cool.
Yeah. So
that's the only thing about that. The winter's the only one that I really noticed because I was like, oh my gosh, if you have that off a few days, I'm gonna be sorry.
Recently, he was the most sensitive to cold.
Right.
So she's the good one to ask.
Thank you.
Typical YouTuber.
Oh my gosh.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. And we're looking forward to having you guys out our way.
Yeah.
So, for sure.
All right.
Soon.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
A huge thank you to My Little Homestead for coming out to the property once again to see the final shed.
It was so much fun, and we didn't get a whole lot of video. Sorry, we ended up nerding out about earthbag buildings and families and hanging out and building stuff out here. So we didn't record a lot, but they did record some, and they're going to have that on their video coming out soon. And we're getting back together to hang out and maybe even work on some projects together.
Yeah.
In the near future.
Really hoping we can help them with a build.
So lots more chance to see them on our channel. Don't worry.
Yeah. And don't forget to subscribe.
Of course.
To their
subscribe
channel.
to My Little Homestead. Just go do it. All right. Now what?
Back to the show.
We've noticed there's a lot of new folks around here lately because of our hyperadobe solar shed build video. So we want to give you a quick recap of what we're doing right now for this project, because you may just click in and you're like, oh, they're digging holes. I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
So here's a quick recap.
They're strategically placed holes.
We're building an earthbag chicken garden. It is a structure that will function as both a garden and a chicken coop.
Separately.
And a chicken run.
Separately.
But they're close enough and connected enough because those two things can work together. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so chicken waste will go to our garden, and garden waste will go to our chickens, and it completes the circle of permaculture.
Yes, but we have to say that we're not just gonna like take the chicken poop and go like sprinkle it on our plants.
Right.
There's a composting process. It's like a year.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a process. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube if you look into it. But there's a lot of people that create these chicken garden things. Our unique twist is that we're building it out of earth bags in a circular pattern.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
Well, today we're continuing to lay earth bags on the outside circle. So we've dug down our trench for a little extra stability, and we're starting the lowest layer of earth bags on the outside circle of the chicken garden.
Right, we've completed about 2/3 of the way on the outside trench, but now we gotta finish the bag on that first layer.
Days keep flagging, but that's on me. I'm so sick of wasting time. Can't you see I'm on the line? I'll keep trying to find my wings, and when I do, I ain't never coming down. I ain't never coming down. Well, I'll tell you what's been on my mind. I find it hard to breathe when you're standing next to me. I cannot say enough, but when I fell in love, I just got so blind I can't see. Oh no, no. I think I might take a year off you, wasting all my time, but it's nothing, no. And I feel just fine.
I got a couple bad habits, burning holes in my pocket. I had a little bit of faith, but I lost it. And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine. But I'm here now. I'm a little bit late from the reroute. A couple quarters on my eyes, can you see now? And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine.
Days keep flying, but that's on me. I'm so sick of wasting time. Can't you see I'm on the line?
All right, I have a hyperadobe tip for you. When the dirt is dumped in here, so just gonna dump the dirt, you'll notice that it actually falls to the back of this bag down here. So what I do every time he dumps in is I kick it back up. And sometimes I have to kick it to the left or right to make sure that it's either going straight, or in this case that we're going in a circle, so it's got to curve just a little bit. But by doing that, that makes sure that as the bag fills up, you don't end up with like a cavity in it. Because if I were just to let this fall down like that, can you shoot in here? I don't know if you can see, but it's all the way at the bottom. And if I were to fill that up, then as I pull it out, there's going to be a big hole right here in the bag that we won't be able to fill it if we don't take care of it now. So that's why we kick it back up like this. Make sure that tube is really stuffed and expanding so that it's even all the way around.
Today is Where's It At Wednesday. If you know what you're looking for, good for you. If you don't, sorry, can't help you.
Today is Where's It At Wednesday. That means you need to... Huh?
Already did it.
That means Ashley already did it. So here's my question. Did you see it yet? Oh, we wouldn't show it to you that fast. You gotta keep your eyes open. The whole video, all the way to the end. Or maybe we've already shown it to you. Maybe you need to go back to the beginning and watch it all over. Couple of more things I forgot. Now, if you're using our Dolly bucket system, this is the bucket, but it's not actually on the Dolly because the trench isn't wide enough everywhere and the Dolly would run into it. So we can't use the Dolly till we get up higher. Anyway, this is when you're doing it by hand, is when you need to kick it. If you're using the Dolly, then you should be able to use the back side of that Dolly and let it fill up into the bucket to expand the bag that way. Now, the other thing, if your mix is too wet, it's also gonna cave out. So you want it to be like, grab a scoop of that so we can show them. You want it to have some of those clay balls in it, but see how it's not like huge clay balls and super wet, like it's just a little bit wet. This is a good consistency because this means that you can still move it around inside the bag and fill in those cavities without having a bunch of holes. So don't make it too wet. Also, if it's too wet, when you go try to tamp it, you can't actually smash it down far enough. It just kind of like poofs up, and then you have to like go back later when it dries a little bit. It's a whole thing. So, okay, that's all. It's all my hyperadobe tips for today. Oh, and by the way, as you can imagine, making videos Monday through Friday and shooting and editing and actually working on these projects. And then we also have other jobs. We've got homeschool and we've got all the stuff that we're doing. So you may be wondering, how can we help these poor people not die in the desert? It's a good question.
It's a very good question.
We don't talk about it a lot, but there's a few ways you can support us. You can always go to tinyshinyhome.com/support. Support. Remember that? We had a fun video about that. Or support, either one works. And there's a few different ways, but the main way is to sign up for our membership. And so Tiny Shiny Homies is like a Patreon style membership where we post weekend updates, we post behind the scenes stuff, get input on projects, get access to like exclusive gear and stuff like that. So this is a little way that you can send some money our way each month, get some extra content, and help us keep doing this. This is Goldie, Golden Lace Wyandotte, trying to lay an egg. She's not happy. So we're just gonna leave her right there. Cool? Cool.
Can I get it? Thank you, Goldie.
Thanks, Goldie.
Nine. Hey, what are you doing?
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. hope you find me. I'll be back home soon.
So we have 35 more feet left on this bottom bag. The very first bag.
Which is almost the size of the circle in
don't-
this solar shed. Hey, Nina.
Yeah, so the circumference for this 42-foot circle, if you do the math, is 132 feet.
Roughly. Yeah. Ouch! Jeez! Dude.
So let's get going.
Huh? What?
Come on.
Are we ready?
We're about to lose daylight.
It's never stopped us before.
Do you need someone to play with you?
When the path gets dark, look up to the stars to meet where you are, no matter how far. And as time goes by, memories unwind, but you're always on my mind until the end of time.
You can't really tell where we're supposed to be.
Probably close to here.
Everything's in the way, and this is very bright.
Hey, guess what?
Day 13. We got our first layer in the outer wall done.
All the way around, all 140-ish feet of it.
132.
132 feet. Sorry.
Be right. Precise. 132 feet. Took us 2 days.
Yep.
For all of those bags.
And that is about 2 4-hour sessions, right?
Yeah. Which means...
Wah, wah.
And that was 6.5 bags of cement.
Of Portland cement, the big bag, the 94-pound bag.
Yeah. So we may not be able to finish this for a while.
Well, we may cut back our cement.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to fortify it extra on the lower levels.
Act as a footing. But there is another option. I'm really considering going to get a load of the clay, local clay,
Yeah.
and add that to our mix and see how that does. You don't like that?
I don't know. That clay's a mess. It's hard to work with. And
Would you rather pay
remember how it ruined
$12 a bag?
Remember how it ruined our truck bed cover?
And take it out. Anyway, we have a lot of decisions to make coming up.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. You want to finish the shugi buying while we figure out our cement situation?
We do need to do that, yeah.
Okay.
So probably.
Cool.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.